Last November 20 and 21, 2020, naganap ang first ever virtual Philippine Institute of Civil Engineers National Convention and Technical Conference with the theme of Understanding the Past, Engineering the Future. At nag-present ako. Actually, sinubukan ko lang mag-submit ng proposal para mag-present doon sa convention na yon. And like what I've mentioned in my previous vlog, pangarap ko talaga makapag-present sa National Convention ng PICE.
Speaker's name is John Joel Villegas.
And ito, pangalawang beses ko nang nag-present sa National Convention ng PICE at masayang experience. Pero hindi madali yung naging journey sa pagpe-prepare ng paper, pag-present ng presentation, at yung time habang nagpe-present. Maraming pinagdaanan bago ako nakapag-present. Una, nag-submit ako ng proposed abstract on the last day o yung mismong araw ng deadline. And after a week, naka-receive ako ng email about the provisional approval of my proposal. Ibig sabihin, pending yung aking proposal. Kailangan pang gumawa ng paper or full paper about the topic that I want to present. And ayun, isinulat ko yung paper. Hindi naging madali. Maraming pinagdaanan, and then nakasubmit naman. And it was accepted 1 week before the National Convention itself. And nag-prepare ako ng PowerPoint. I rehearsed presenting it, and then nakapag-present ako. But along the journey of preparing the presentation as well as the full paper of the topic, hindi talaga siya naging madali. I prepared that after office hours, during my free time na sana nanonood na lang ng Netflix. Late night na yung pagtulog. It's 12:16 and katatapos ko lang mag-draft nung paper na isasubmit. It's Saturday night, but still I'm working for the paper for the conference of PICE. And I need to wake up at 5 para magbike. Magpapawis. And then kapag weekend, gigising ka pa rin ng maaga para mag-prepare for that. Ngayon, nag-alarm ako ng 5 a.m. pero hindi ako nagising. Magbabike sana ako, pero ito, mag-alas 8 na, kape na lang. Hindi talaga siya naging madali, pero sobrang sulit yung naging output. And ano ba yung naging topic ko? Basically, the title of my presentation was COVID-19 Pandemic, an Opportunity in Developing the Active Transportation in the Philippines. So basically, yung contents ng presentation ko is naging content na ng aking previous vlogs, which is all about bicycle lane. The guidelines being published by DPWH in coordination with the OTR, assessment of the existing road in terms of suitability or applicability nung recently published guidelines. Ayun, and ito na yung aking presentation.
Filipinos are owning automobiles.
Naka-brief lang yan.
And according to the data of Google and Apple Mobility, movements of Filipinos from our usual destinations such as workplaces, transit stations, grocery, etc. had been decreased ranging from negative 20% to 60%. And most of the people are staying at home or in their residential areas. Even though this is the case, passenger demand still exceeds the public transportation supply with reduced capacity during peak periods. That's why more and more commuters are shifting from public transportation to active mode of transportation, basically due to the lack of public transportation supply with limited capacity or reduced capacity, as well as the fear of COVID-19 infection. to develop a guidelines or the design guidelines of bicycle facilities along our national roads and local roads. This was published through the Department Order number 88, series of 2020 of the DPWH. Thus, this pandemic somehow opened an opportunity to develop a safe, active transportation in the Philippines, which is already a frustration of our cyclists, even during the old normal. Considering that the bicycle highway system in the Philippines is not bike friendly, thus cyclists are unsafe. The assessment, we can say that along EDSA, the identified standard bike lane design is class 1. However, the available space on the existing road characteristic is not suitable for class 1. And for class 2, it would require to convert the outermost lane as a bike lane to ensure the safety of the vulnerable cyclists. However, there will be a reduction of road capacity for motor vehicles from 4 lanes to 3 lanes. In order to prevent that, if there will be a modal shift from motorized trip to active mode of transportation, there will be a lesser motorized traffic that will be congested on the road, and that congestion will not happen. And there's a question about how about after the pandemic? Will these cyclists will continue using this if the operation of the public transportation go back to normal? As per survey, about 90% of the respondents who shifted from cars and jeepneys, they will continue to use bike lanes if we will provide them a safe bike facility. So that's their condition. And also, in a publication, Rethinking Streets in the US, there had been successful retrofitting of spaces that were originally occupied by automobiles to spaces for pedestrians and bicycles. The publication generally emphasized that based on the findings, the traffic flow of the network improved. Nag-improve pa yung traffic flow imbes na magkaroon ng congestion because na-encourage yung mga tao to shift to active transportation if there's a facility. And most importantly, collaboration between the government agencies, academic institutions, and private companies is necessary. So thank you. Thank you for your attention.
That's it. So I hope next year makasali ulit ako. And makapag-share pa din ng mga knowledge na patuloy nating inaaral araw-araw. And hopefully, nakapag-present ako in a way na may natutunan yung mga umattend ng convention. And I just want to say na hindi lahat ng bagay na ginagawa natin ay madali. Kinakailangan, if you have a goal, pagtrabahuhan mo yon. Kinakailangan, you have to sacrifice something. Halimbawa, in my case, na-sacrifice ko yung pagpanood ng Netflix. Napakababaw. Pero, ayun, I sacrificed hours of sleep para makapag-prepare ng paper and presentation as well. At marami pang ibang bagay. So, the point is, if you have a goal, you need to work more than the usual that you are doing. And nakakapagod din siya, pero if you want that goal, kahit napapagod ka, patuloy mo pa rin siyang ginagawa kasi masaya ka. And once dumating yung moment na na-achieve mo na yung goal mo, sulit na sulit. Ayun, so hopefully I shared something for you guys. And see you sa next vlog.